I was kicked out at 19 with no money, but I found a way to build a life that proved my mom's rejection was her biggest mistake, and I let her know. My mom looked me dead in the eye, threw a trash bag at my chest, and said, "You're a parasite. Leo, get out of my house." I was 19. I had exactly $14 in my bank account and nowhere to go. The worst part wasn't even the freezing rain outside. It was the look of pure disgust on her face and the sound of the deadbolt clicking into place behind me. She didn't care if I lived or died. For the first few weeks, I slept in a broken down sedan I bought for $200 from a scrapyard. I survived on expired gas station protein bars and tap water from public parks. Every single night, shivering under a cheap blanket, my mind replayed her final words. Parasite. The word burned holes in my brain, but it also lit a dark, quiet fire in my chest. I didn't want to just survive. I wanted to make her watch me succeed. I took the lowest, grittiest job I could find, night shift, cleaning at a high-end corporate office downtown. While scrubbing toilets at 3 a.m., I watched the tech executives leave their whiteboards, covered in code and business strategies. When my shift ended at 6 a.m., I didn't sleep. I sat in the public library, teaching myself coding and digital marketing from free forums and outdated textbooks. I did this for 2 years. No days off, no friends, no safety net. I learned how to build automated lead generation systems for local businesses. My first client paid me $50. My 10th client paid me $5,000. By 23, I had built a boutique digital agency. I wasn't just making money. I was building an empire out of pure spite. But the real twist happened when my agency grew large enough to acquire commercial real estate. I started buying up local properties, including the upscale suburban strip mall, where my mom worked as a senior manager for a boutique clothing chain. She didn't know I owned the building. The paperwork went through a parent holding company. Last month, I decided it was time to collect my rent. I walked into her store wearing a tailored three-piece suit. She was at the counter lecturing an employee. When she looked up and saw me, her jaw literally dropped. The color completely drained from her face. "Leo," she whispered, her voice trembling. What are you doing here?" "You look, I'm here to see the manager," I said, my voice completely calm, devoid of any anger. "Leo, look, I know things ended badly," she stammered, stepping forward, eyeing my suit, my watch. I'm glad you turned things around. Maybe we can grab dinner, talk?" I looked at her, searching for any shred of genuine maternal love. There was none. Just greed. Just regret that she bet on the wrong horse. "We're not here to talk about dinner, Karen," I said, using her first name. She flinched. "What do you mean?" I pulled a document from my leather briefcase and slid it across the counter. "The holding company that just bought this entire plaza? That's me," I said softly. She stared at the paper, her eyes widening as she saw my name listed as the sole proprietor. "Your store's lease is up for renewal next month," I continued, leaning in slightly, "and I've decided not to renew it. You have 30 days to liquidate and vacate the premises. You can't do this." She gasped, tears welling up in her eyes. "This store is my entire life. I built this branch. Leo, please, I'm your mother." I looked at her one last time, remembering the cold rain, the trash bag, and the deadbolt. "No," I replied, turning toward the exit. "You told me I was a parasite. I just finally learned how to clean up the environment." I walked out into the sunshine, and for the first time in 4 years, I breathed perfectly fine.